Topic here. I Am Alive. Rachel, you just reviewed I Am Alive.
Yeah, my review went up today.
Awesome. Why don't we talk a little bit about I Am Alive? Have you guys checked this out?
I watched someone else play it yesterday.
I haven't seen anything but screenshots, whatever, but I'm very intrigued about the game. That to me is the kind of game I can dig into different. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I was super, super excited for I Am Alive since they announced it like 2008. Super excited for it, which kind of worried me as well, especially when they said it went to downloadable game. I was like, oh, because once I hype something up, usually it doesn't live up to it. I Am Alive was amazing. It was awesome. It was a totally different take of what I was expecting, and I think it's not going to do super, super well because it's not the kind of game where you can run and gun. You have to think throughout this whole game. You have to strategize on how you're going to save or when to use your resources. You have to really strategize how you're going to react to different survivors because, you know, if you pull your gun, they might just shoot you down instantly. If you act more defensive and just kind of try to walk away with your hands up, some will let you go. So you're constantly having to think and plan out how you're going to play this game. You can't stay on the ground too long because it's too foggy and it pulls down your stamina because you can't breathe. So you have to plan how you're going to get from point A to point B because you can't just run there. It's just, the story's great, but the acting was good. I just loved everything about it, except for the ending. The ending was shit.
Totally tanked.
Awful ending, but
now,
in between
I'm
everything
told
was
that
great.
the ending is the sort of thing where you have to start the game over again to appreciate it. Like, it's supposed to be one of those things that you see something in the beginning, and now once you've seen the end, if you go back to the beginning, you can realize that connection, and I don't know.
If that's true, they did a terrible job of actually explaining that, because there is no, like, New Game Plus.
Right.
And this is not a game I would actually want to play again, because it's the kind of game, once you're through it, you're done.
Yeah, it's an
Right.
experience.
What it was, I think it was like a subtle element early on in that, like, first opening cutscene, and then it pays off in the end, but by that time, you've completely forgotten about it because you were busy doing other, like, surviving.
Gotta work on that better, developers. Because, it went right over my head, and I thought it was a terrible ending.
The reviews have been pretty divisive on the whole about I Am Alive, and I'm wondering how much of that is people not getting the strategic play versus people just not people not actually liking it.
That's what I was worried about while I'm playing it, because at first I didn't like it because I was expecting a survival horror or a more run and gun, protect yourself kind of game. And then once I was like, wait a second, that is not what this game is about. This is taking your time, plotting things out, and really thinking. Then I just loved it. I was like, this game's amazing, because I haven't had a game that really challenged me to make me think in a long time.
Yeah.
And it made me miss that kind of gameplay. And it's very, very hard, but hard in the best way possible, where it's not difficult just to be a pain in the ass.
It's challenging and not difficult. And the frustration comes from you actually having to like think about what you're doing, as opposed to you just keep getting shot when you walk into a room.
It really makes you think. And it's sad that a lot of gamers now just want run and guns, and that makes me sad that this might not do well because people want that. But it was creepy, it was scary, it was just awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to give it up to Ubisoft for actually putting this game out, because it was shelved a while ago. So the fact that they were able to bring it to life and digitally release it, right on.
Yeah, I want more.